Welcome to the Omar Sessions, man. Let's talk about some real stuff.
Be a hot take, but there is absolutely a time and place for kink shaming, and that time is right now. Recently, conservatives have become very interested in something called BNWO, which stands for Black New World Order. It is essentially a fantasy that portrays black men as rapists who then come in and have sex with these white men's white wives. The ultimate form of humiliation, aka their racial fears personified. So they have become aroused by the idea of black men fulfilling this racial stereotype. For them, the ultimate humiliation of their white wife actually giving birth to a baby, and it's a black baby. It's disgusting, it's creepy. There are so many different types of racist beliefs that even make this arousing to these people. So yes, I absolutely will get on the internet and say that there are certain types of porn. There are a lot of different types of fetishes that are genuinely harmful. There's a reason that the only people who have this fetish that I have come across are conservative men. Very, very far right, white supremacist type of men. And that matters because it has almost turned politics into a sexual game for them. It has turned interracial couples, specifically between white women and black men, into something that they feel entitled to watching.
All right, I've been knew this for a long time. I've been knew these motherfuckers like to cook. You understand what I'm saying? You can tell. But what this made me think about is I had been reading The Delectable Negro for a long time. And I just really couldn't wrap my mind around it until I had started rewatching The Handmaid's Tale. And I was watching The Handmaid's Tale one night and I saw how difficult it was for June to get her ear tag off. She had the ear tag on, like they were tagging them like cattle. And I didn't really fully understand. Okay. It helped me understand what the hell was going on. And even more so gave me a better understanding of slavery. Because when it comes to slavery, when we think about the men, we think about them being beaten and brutalized and things of that nature. And we think of the women as being the ones, being raped or whatever, and being, just being fetishized or whatever. And this helped me put it, look. Slavery had to be a lot deeper than that. You understand what I'm saying? It had to be a lot deeper than that. Men were also fetishized. Black men were also fetishized as well as the women were. And they were fetishized by their slave masters. They had homoerotic fantasies about the men that they were subjugating. You understand what I'm saying? As well as the cannibalistic aspect of it too. But we're not going to go into that. We're just going to go into how some white men fetishize black men. Do you understand what I'm saying? And it's more so about them getting off on the power. You understand what I'm saying? It's about them getting off on the power and getting off on consuming black men. They get off on consuming them. And it ain't just about consuming them in a literal sense. It's consuming them just they consume their whole existence. Whereas even when it comes down to, enslaving them, making them work for free, making them submit to whatever, just knowing the power, knowing that they can make them submit to whatever that they would like for them to submit to. You can use your own imagination. And so I have no problem understanding this kink that they got that the young lady is talking about. I follow her on Instagram. I think I also follow her on TikTok also. But that's why I have no problem understanding what she's talking about. And I also need to follow I mean, you guys also need to read The Delectable Negro. It's hard to find, but you can get it on Kindle for free. But it goes on to say that they season black men with fear and hunger and just depravity. Plain and simple. Like, they literally, this is what they use as seasoning. Just basically oppression and depravity. So they own women don't want to be bothered with them. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's why they happily participate in these fiascos, because they know that they have these homoerotic fantasies. You understand? Conservative white men, for the most part, most of them are homosexual, and that's what you want to. If that's how you want to live, then that's cool. People can live their life however they want to live their life, but they secretly pretend to be, not secretly, but they pretend to be homophobic for fear of being outed. So they focus on, they would rather you think that they homophobic. You understand what I'm saying? They don't pretend to be homophobic. They would rather you think upon them as being homophobic than for you to think that they are homosexual. So all they worry about is what bathrooms trans people need to be using, and having sex with any and everything except for they fucking women, pretty damn much. And they women know this, and they don't even like them. You understand what I'm saying? Like I was talking about in a video that I made, I think maybe a week ago. That's why the feminist movement was brought about, because they just like, look, man, just give me my cut and I'm gonna be done. You know what I'm saying? Just give me my cut, the spoils of you know what I'm saying, the victory or whatever, then I'm gonna be done. I don't want to have to go get on welfare. I don't want to have to go get food stamps, or, you know, be looking crazy after I leave like you ain't, you know what I'm saying, cut a check and leave me with something. So you're gonna have to give me some of these privileges that you get for being white. You know what I mean? I wanna come first like you too. I might don't come before you, but I wanna come first like you come first. So that's basically what that's about. But yeah, man, as far as this, I already knew this, man. I've been knowing this, man. You know what I'm saying? Same way that they like to that they're fixated on children and all that, and what's going on with children, and why trafficking is such a big problem in this country, is because they are interested in everything except white women. So in closing, really, all of this shit is really just a perversion, man, that conservative white men have about going extinct. They think they're going to go extinct, or they think they're going to be socially replaced. You understand what I'm saying? It just all stems from them eventually. It's just their realization that they're eventually going to be a minority, is what they're going to be in this country. And they just scared that they just won't be able to enjoy the privileges that they currently and historically have enjoyed in this country. They just think all that is coming to an end. So they feel their total existence is going to be annihilated. When they ain't going to be annihilated, but eventually, like, they will become a minority. You understand what I'm saying? It's inevitable. And they having a hard time digesting it. And they just need a pat on the back and need somebody to hold their hand and tell them it's going to be okay. It's not, but they need somebody to just hold their hand and tell them, you know, it's going to be all right. You know, that they just need to relax. And might sting a bit, but, you know, it'll pass. It ain't going to change, but it'll pass.